1,000 lights, 1,000 ways. We tune into signs, the soul obeys. Blessed be the path.
The hidden spiritual messages behind Lice, Unveiling Ancient Wisdom. Welcome back to our channel, Spiritual Meanings, where we cover everything spiritual. We're on a mission to reach 2,000 subscribers, and we're so grateful you've joined us on this journey. Together, we're building the best spiritual community, growing and learning together every day. Before we dive in, I want to thank each of you for your amazing comments on our previous videos. You are what makes this channel special. Without your insights and questions, we couldn't create this beautiful space of spiritual exploration. How are you all doing today? Drop a comment below and let us know. Introduction: Beyond the Surface. When we encounter lice, whether in dreams or real life, our first reaction is usually discomfort or disgust. But what if I told you that across ancient civilizations, these tiny creatures were considered powerful spiritual messengers? Today, we're taking a courageous journey into territory most spiritual channels won't touch: the profound spiritual significance of lice. Have you ever wondered why something seemingly negative might appear in your spiritual journey? That's exactly what we'll explore together. Remember to share your experiences in the comments. Your story might help another spiritual seeker. Chat the whispers of ancient Egypt. Let me share something fascinating that isn't widely known. In ancient Egypt, lice weren't just physical parasites. They were considered spiritual messengers from Sekhmet, the lioness goddess of healing. Court documents from the Middle Kingdom period describe how dream interpreters would specifically ask about lice in dreams when someone was facing difficult life transitions. One ancient papyrus tells the story of a scribe who dreamed of white lice falling from the sky. The next day, he was unexpectedly promoted to the pharaoh's personal staff. The Egyptian priests interpreted white lice as symbols of hidden blessings in disguise. Isn't that an incredible perspective shift? Have you ever had something seemingly negative turn into an unexpected blessing? Let us know below. The forgotten Celtic wisdom. Celtic druids had an entirely different and truly surprising view of lice. In their tradition, finding lice in one's hair after a vision quest was considered proof that the spirits had visited you during your trance state. Some Celtic tribes even had dedicated lice stones, special river rocks with natural indentations where they would place lice found after spiritual ceremonies as offerings back to the earth. There's a beautiful old Irish tale about a young druid apprentice who was devastated when no lice appeared after his first vision quest. The elder druid told him, "The spirits don't visit those who aren't ready to feel uncomfortable with their presence." What a powerful lesson about spiritual growth requiring us to embrace discomfort. How many of us avoid spiritual challenges because they make us uncomfortable? Eastern perspectives. You haven't heard. While our blog covered some Eastern traditions, what many don't know is that in certain remote Himalayan monasteries, monks would deliberately expose themselves to lice once yearly in a ritual called hosting the humble teachers. They believed that mindfully experiencing the sensation of tiny creatures feeding on your body taught profound lessons about interdependence and impermanence. One Buddhist text describes, "The sensation of the small one feeding reminds us that all beings seek sustenance. In mindfully observing without hatred, we practice the highest compassion." What might we learn if we approached our challenges with this level of compassion and awareness? The Dreamwalker's Secret Knowledge. Dream interpreters from Indigenous Australian traditions had a particularly nuanced understanding of lice in dreams. They distinguished between dreaming of lice in your own hair versus someone else's hair. Finding lice in your own hair was believed to reveal hidden creative potential waiting to be hatched in your life. Meanwhile, seeing lice in another person's hair suggested you possessed intuitive insights about their unacknowledged struggles or talents. One Aboriginal Dreamtime story tells of a woman who dreamed of golden lice weaving a net in her hair. Following the dream's guidance, she invented a new fishing technique that saved her village during a drought. How incredible that such a seemingly unpleasant dream symbol contained life-saving wisdom. Have you ever received guidance from an unexpected dream symbol? Saturn, the alchemist's perspective. Medieval alchemists viewed lice through an entirely different lens that wasn't mentioned in our blog. In their elaborate symbolic system, lice represented prima materia, the first matter from which transformation begins. They believed that observing how lice seemingly generate spontaneously before microscopes revealed their eggs offered clues about spiritual transformation. The famous alchemist Paracelsus wrote, "Even the lowest of creatures emerges from invisible origins, teaching us that visible manifestation begins in the invisible realm." This perspective suggests that our spiritual breakthroughs often begin in unseen ways before becoming visible in our lives. Are you noticing any subtle shifts in your spiritual journey that might be the beginnings of something significant? Chat numbers and patterns, the Lice code. Here's something truly mind-bending that spiritual numerologists have observed. Dreams about specific numbers of lice may carry special significance. Dreaming of 3 lice is associated with creative breakthroughs, 7 lice with spiritual awakening, and 9 lice with completion of a difficult life chapter. An ancient Babylonian dream tablet describes, "Count carefully the crawlers in your dream, for their number reveals the timing of the message." Next time lice appear in your dreams, try to notice if a specific number stands out. Has anyone experienced dreams with distinct numbers of symbols? We'd love to hear about it. Chat. The healer's knowledge. Traditional healers across numerous cultures understood something profound about lice that modern medicine is only beginning to recognize. Certain people attract parasites during times of hormonal shifts or immune system changes. Many shamanic traditions viewed lice appearances during illness as the body's attempt to externalize internal imbalances. A fascinating healing chant from Central America translates roughly as, "Little biters come forth, bringing hidden sickness into the light, where healing can begin." This suggests that sometimes physical manifestations of spiritual issues can be part of the healing process. Has anyone experienced physical symptoms that seemed connected to spiritual awakening? Your experiences might help others. Ancestral messages through lice. Some of the most intriguing spiritual interpretations come from ancestral communication traditions. In certain West African spiritual systems, unexpected lice appearances were considered messages from ancestors trying to gain your attention. The Yoruba tradition specifically connects lice appearances to ancestors who died with unresolved concerns about the family's direction. Finding lice was a signal to perform divination rituals to discover what message the ancestors were sending. What a powerful reminder that spiritual messages can come through unusual channels. Have you ever received signs you believe came from ancestors? How did they communicate? Cat. The prophecy connection. Throughout history, prophetic traditions have sometimes associated lice with periods of significant transformation and upheaval. The Hopi prophecies mention small creatures that feed without permission, appearing before times of societal change. An obscure medieval European text called The Revelations of Saint Hildegard describes, "When the small blood drinkers multiply beyond their season, look to the structures of power, for they too feed where they are not invited." This eerily suggests that lice manifestations might sometimes reflect broader societal imbalances. Do you see connections between personal spiritual signs and larger collective shifts? Chasanam. Sacred geometry of lice. This might sound unbelievable, but some esoteric traditions studied the movement patterns of lice across the scalp, believing they created invisible sacred geometric patterns. Certain mystics would map these movements, claiming they revealed energetic blueprints unique to each person. A 16th century text from an unnamed European mystical order states, "The paths taken by the humble creatures across the forest of hair reveal the unseen energetic pathways of the bearer." While this practice has been largely forgotten, it suggests that even the seemingly random may contain profound patterns. Have you noticed meaningful patterns emerging in unexpected areas of your life? Hat, modern energy medicine insights. Contemporary energy healers have observed interesting correlations between chakra imbalances and where parasitic influences appear. Lice in the head region may reflect crown chakra openings that need protection, or third eye chakra activations, creating sensitivity to thought energies around you. Energy medicine practitioner Elena Maravillas notes, "When crown chakra activation happens without proper grounding, we sometimes see physical manifestations at the head area as the body's way of drawing attention to the energetic vulnerability. This perspective turns a physical annoyance into valuable feedback about your energetic system. Has anyone experienced physical symptoms that seemed connected to chakra openings? Had dream integration practice. Here's a powerful practice not mentioned in our blog. If lice appear in your dreams, try this integration technique from dream yoga traditions. Before sleep the following night, visualize the lice from your dream transforming into particles of light that return to you as wisdom. Set the intention. Transform this message into clear understanding. One dream yoga text suggests, "The very form that brings discomfort contains its own medicine when transformed through conscious attention." Many of our community members have reported remarkable insights using this technique with challenging dream symbols. Would you be willing to try this approach with difficult dream images? The shadow work invitation. In Jungian psychology, parasites in dreams often represent shadow aspects, parts of ourselves we've rejected or disowned. Rather than merely representing external intrusions, lice might symbolize disowned parts of your nature seeking reintegration. Jung wrote about a patient who had recurring lice dreams whenever she rejected her creative impulses, noting, "The parasitic image was her psyche's attempt to show how denying her true nature created an energy-draining inner conflict." When lice appear in dreams, ask yourself, what part of my authentic self am I not allowing expression? Your insights might surprise you. Conclusion: embracing the messenger. As we've explored together, these tiny creatures carry enormous spiritual significance across traditions worldwide. Whether in dreams or physical reality, their appearance invites us to look deeper, beyond initial discomfort, to the wisdom they might bring. Remember, spiritual messages often come wrapped in unexpected packages. The very things that make us uncomfortable may carry our most important lessons. As the ancient Sufi saying goes, "The wound is where the light enters." We'd absolutely love to hear your experiences with unusual spiritual signs or dream symbols in the comments below. Has this video changed how you might interpret challenging symbols in your spiritual journey? Thank you so much for joining us today on Spiritual Meanings. If you've enjoyed this exploration, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our new uploads. We're so grateful to be growing this spiritual community with each and every one of you. Until next time, may you receive your spiritual messages with an open heart, even when they come from unexpected messengers. Sending love and light to all of you wonderful souls.